I said it before and I'll say it again. I belong to the streets, okay? I don't even know how to explain it, but for some reason, girls, they often see me as like the boyfriend type, because I honestly would be a great boyfriend, but I'm just not ready for that phase in my life, you know? I'm not mature enough to be in a committed relationship like that. And you know, we can have a great time. I'm gonna treat you with love and respect, but I can't be cuffed. It is not the time to be locked up right now. So this song was actually written almost 2 years ago and we completely forgot about it. It was me and Omer and we were just hanging out with our friends. I was like, all right, I'm gonna freestyle and I'm gonna put all of our friends' names into the song. So Omer is playing the same chords that you hear in the song and we're with this girl named Coco. So I'm like, Coco, Chanel, Dragon Ball Z, you could tell, because I had this Dragon Ball Z shirt on that day. One of our friends was filming it on like Snapchat or whatever. They saved it to their memories. And you know like how on Snapchat you'll go and it'll be like, a year ago today, this is what you were doing. And I guess that video popped up for Coco and she sent it to us like, oh my God, so funny, y'all remember this? And Omer sent it to me like, yo, that was actually a hot song. We should do something with that. So the same day we go link up with 24kGoldn, another producer and friend of ours. We just pull up to the studio and kind of take that Coco, Chanel, and rework it into the song you know now. I told you I'm in the studio. How many times you gonna call me? God damn, this bitch tripping. I was literally in the studio and this girl just kept calling me over and over and over again. And I was trying to start the song and start doing the hook, but he kept recording while I was on the phone. So I'm like, yo, I'm in the studio. How many times you gonna call me? Cause I already told her. And you just gotta know, for our artists, the studio is like the sacred space. That's the holy temple right there. So you can't disrupt my studio time. He played it back and I was like, wait. That was hard. We definitely keeping that cause it just fit the whole theme of the song. Coco, Chanel, you ain't really about it, I could tell. Coco, Chanel, can you keep your hands to yourself? When I was first writing this song, I had a whole different verse to it, and it was a lot more storytelling, right? It started like, she don't wanna work a job as a waitress, but I bet she's saving up to get a facelift, and it's kind of about this like typical LA girl, and she's spending all her money on Chanel, and she's touching me too much, and her priorities are all out of whack, like, you're trying to make her realize like, yo, come on, we could do better than this. Coco, Chanel, double C lock on the belt. Coco, Chanel, Coco Chanel. I'm a real fashion connoisseur, you know? So from Valentino to Coco to, I don't know, maybe the next song would be called Prada or something like that. But fashion is always on my mind, and I grew up admiring these designers and these brands, so they're always tucked in the back of my head somewhere. So while we're on the topic of fashion, I might as well break down the fit for y'all. So we'll start from the top. You got some Gucci glasses right here, Frank Mueller Bitcoin watch, as well as a very nice friendship bracelet, you know, because I love my friends. The shirt is Comme des Garçons Homme Plus, a little archive piece, you know, El Dorado piece busting, Dolce & Gabbana beads, cause I'm a Bay Area boy, we do the beads. And on the waist, of course, a double C lock on the belt. Oh my God, why is shawty trying to test me? Too turned up in the back of the jet stream. People try to test me for asking for unreasonable things because I'm a really nice guy. I say yes too much. That's actually my New Year's resolution, to say no more. I don't have time to worry about your problems and your text messages because we are too turned up right now in the back of the jet stream, which is a private plane. So it's just like, I'm having fun right now. I don't need anything that's gonna kill my vibe. Can't be cuffed, but she trying to arrest me, lying to impress me, dying to forget me. I think the biggest lies people tell are really to themselves, you know, like trying to act like you're this person or that person, or portray a character or a version of yourself that isn't who you really are. Me having dealt with so many of those types, being in the city I'm in and being in the industry I'm in, I'm like, yo, I could tell if you're lying to yourself. Like, you could lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. I can't keep singing all my songs for ya. It's funny to me, people will be like, yo, can you sing this song? And I'm like, this is not no Genius verified. You do not get the acapella performance. You keep on ringing, it goes on and on. Can't seem to figure out what's wrong with ya. Checking your temperature thermometer. You know, the checking your temperature line, that's a double entendre. You know, I might be checking your physical temperature, you know, to see if you could get in, but also I'm checking like, yo, what are you on right now? What are you feeling? And the best way to do that is to ask the right type of questions. This was a COVID smash right there. I threw that thermometer line in. I'm like, yeah, that's slick right there. They're gonna feel that during COVID. Seems like lately you're go crazy. I wanted this part of the song to feel drastically different than any other part of the song because it's so upbeat and bouncy, and then you just get into this smooth, you know, very ambient section. Whatever type of Coco it is, the Chanel or the other, is driving you crazy, and in turn it's driving me crazy. Literally, as soon as we've finished making the song, I'm like, second verse, we need a hard-ass rapper. And who's a harder rapper right now than DaBaby? Like, he does not miss on his features at all. So I was like, this is a no-brainer. He's got the personality, you know, like a lively personality that will work well with mine in the video. He got the bars, he's able to tell a story. And this is a song that kind of tells a story, so he just was a natural fit and continuation of the vibe we had already been going off of.